Alright folks, let's talk taxes. I know, it's not the most thrilling subject, but trust me, it's crucial. It's not the sexiest topic, but it's important. Especially if you're part of the gig economy, freelancing your way to financial freedom, or running your own business. You see, when you're working for yourself, you don't have an employer automatically deducting taxes from your paycheck. That means you have to take matters into your own hands and pay those taxes yourself. And not just once a year, but quarterly. This is where Form 1040-ES comes into play. It's essentially a way for you to prepay your taxes throughout the year, so you don't get hit with a massive bill come tax season. Think of it as a prepayment plan to keep the IRS off your back. By making these estimated tax payments, you're spreading out your tax liability over the year, which can make it much more manageable. No one wants a surprise bill from Uncle Sam, right? Imagine thinking you're in the clear only to find out you owe a hefty sum. That's a stress no one needs. Ignoring 1040-ES is like forgetting your anniversary. It's gonna cost you. And not just in terms of money, but also in peace of mind. We're talking penalties, interest, the whole shebang. Not fun. The IRS can charge you for underpayment, and those charges can add up quickly, turning a manageable tax bill into a financial nightmare. But here's the good news. By staying on top of your estimated tax payments with Form 1040-ES, you can avoid all that hassle. It's all about being proactive and planning ahead. So don't worry, we're going to break it all down so you can file like a pro and keep more of your hard-earned cash. We'll guide you through the process, step by step, ensuring you understand how to calculate your estimated taxes, when to make your payments, and how to avoid common pitfalls. Let's do this. Okay, so what exactly is this Form 1040-ES we speak of? It might sound a bit intimidating at first, but trust me, it's not as scary as it sounds. Form 1040-ES stands for Estimated Tax for Individuals. It's a way for you to estimate and pay your taxes throughout the year, rather than waiting until the end. Basically, it's a form you use to guesstimate how much income tax you'll owe for the year and pay it in advance, in 4 installments. This helps you manage your finances better and avoid any surprises. Think of it like this. You're a freelancer, right? You don't have an employer withholding taxes from your paycheck, so it's up to you to handle it. You finish a big project, invoice your client, and eagerly await that sweet payment. It's a great feeling, isn't it? But then you remember, taxes. That looming obligation can be a real buzzkill. Instead of waiting until next year to cough up a huge chunk of change, you use Form 1040-ES to pay a little bit throughout the year. This way, you can spread out your tax payments and make them more manageable. It's all about staying ahead of the game and avoiding a financial hangover come tax season. By making these estimated payments, you can keep your finances in check and reduce the stress that comes with a large tax bill. Plus, it helps you stay organized and on top of your financial responsibilities. No more scrambling at the last minute to gather all your documents and figure out how much you owe. You can even use budgeting apps and tools to help you keep track of your estimated tax payments and ensure you're setting aside enough money each quarter. So while Form 1040-ES might seem daunting at first, it's actually a helpful tool that can make your life a lot easier. Embrace it, and you'll find that managing your taxes as a freelancer doesn't have to be a nightmare. Remember, it's all about taking control of your finances and staying proactive. With Form 1040-ES, you can do just that. Happy freelancing! Now that we're clear on what 1040-ES is, let's talk deadlines. You gotta pay estimated taxes 4 times a year: April, June, September, and January. Think of it like your least favorite recurring subscription, except this one keeps the IRS off your back. These deadlines usually fall on the 15th of the month, but sometimes they get shifted around because of weekends or holidays. The IRS website is your best friend here. Bookmark it. They update the dates every year, so you've got no excuse for missing a deadline. Okay, time to face the music. Filling out the form. It might seem like a daunting task, but with a little guidance, you'll be able to tackle it with confidence. Don't worry, it's not as daunting as it looks. With the right approach, you'll find it manageable and even straightforward. We'll break it down into bite-sized pieces. Step by step, you'll see that it's all about organization and following a clear process. Gather your intel. This is the first and most crucial step. Having all your documents in one place will save you a lot of time and stress. This means your social security number, last year's tax return, and any income info you've got. Make sure everything is up to date and accurate. Estimate your income. This step is essential for determining how much tax you'll owe. This is where it gets tricky, but don't panic. Take your time and review your income sources carefully. Just make your best guess based on last year's earnings and any projections you have. If you're unsure, it's better to overestimate slightly than underestimate. Calculate your tax liability. This is the amount of tax you owe based on your estimated income. The IRS has handy-dandy worksheets to help with this. These worksheets are designed to simplify the process and ensure accuracy, or you can use tax software. It's like having a personal accountant without the hefty fees. These programs can guide you through each step and even catch errors. Fill out the 1040 ES form. This is where all your preparation comes together. Make sure you've got the right tax year. Double-checking this detail can prevent a lot of headaches down the line. It's easy to accidentally grab an old one. Always verify the year before you start filling out the form. Send in your payment. This is the final step in the process. You can mail a check, pay online, or even set up automatic payments. Choose the method that works best for you. See? Not so bad, right? With a little patience and organization, you've successfully navigated the process. You're basically a tax-paying ninja now. You've mastered the art of tax preparation, and you should feel proud of your accomplishment.
Section 5, Real Talk, 1040 ES in action. Let's say you're a freelance graphic designer raking in the big bucks. Good for you. Last year you made $60,000. This year you're on track to make around the same, maybe a little more. You'd use this info to estimate your income and calculate your quarterly tax payments. Remember, this is just an example. Everyone's tax situation is different. If you're unsure about any of this, don't be afraid to call in the big guns. A qualified tax professional can help you navigate the murky waters of estimated taxes.
Section 6. Don't miss the deadline key dates to remember. Remember those deadlines we talked about? Yeah, those are kind of a big deal. Missing a deadline is like showing up late to a meeting with your biggest client. Not a good look. Here's a quick rundown. Quarter 1, April 15th-ish. Quarter 2, June 15th-ish. Quarter 3, September 15th-ish. Quarter 4, January 15th-ish. Seriously, bookmark the IRS website. They'll keep you in the loop.
# Section 7. 1040 ES pitfalls. Mistakes to avoid like the plague. Even the most seasoned taxpayers make mistakes, but some are easier to avoid than others. Here are a few common 1040 ES blunders to watch out for. This is a classic rookie mistake. It's always better to overestimate and get a refund than underestimate and owe money. We've said it before and we'll say it again. Deadlines matter. Set reminders, use a calendar, do whatever it takes to pay on time. Got married, had a baby, started a new side hustle? Any major life change can impact your taxes, so make sure you adjust your payments accordingly.
# Section 8. Stay organized, stay sane. Tips for tax time Zen. Taxes don't have to be a nightmare. With a little organization and a dash of mindfulness, you can conquer your 1040 ES and sail through tax season with a smile. Here are a few tips to keep you on track. Having a designated spot for all things tax-related can work wonders for your sanity. Keep your receipts, invoices, and other important documents organized and easily accessible. There are tons of apps and software programs out there designed to make tax time a breeze.
# Section 9. The bottom line. Mastering 1040 ES for a stress-free life. We've covered a lot of ground here, folks. But the main takeaway is this. Understanding Form 1040 ES is crucial for anyone who pays estimated taxes. By following the steps we've outlined, you can avoid penalties, stay on top of your tax obligations, and ultimately achieve a sense of financial peace. And that, my friends, is priceless. # Section 10. And that's the T on taxes for now. Remember, this is just a general overview of the topic. Tax laws are about as straightforward as a pretzel, so it's always best to consult with a tax professional for personalized advice. Now go forth and confidently conquer those taxes.